All right, so this is to go over section 4, which is solving exponentials. Section 3 was solving logs, which for a log, we usually would rewrite as an exponential. So it kind of reverses for an exponential, we rewrite it as a log in order to help us solve. So before we can do that, we need to have the exponential piece kind of by itself. We need to isolate it. So we want to get rid of anything being multiplied or added to it. So for this case, I would want to get rid of this 26 first. So then 15 minus 26 would give me negative 11. And then I have negative 3x minus 6. So this exponent is still really not by itself because of that negative in the front. So I'm going to want to divide by negative 1. And then that's going to make both sides positive, which is going to help us when we rewrite the log too. Okay, so now that I have the number that's being raised to the exponent completely by itself, I can rewrite this in logarithm form. So this would be log base 3 of 11 equals x minus 6. And if we think about, right, 3 to the x minus 6 power is 11, we know that we wrote that in the kind of the right order. So log base 3 of 11, we can go ahead and solve for in our calculator. And to get x by itself, all we're really going to do, right, is add 6 to it. So x is going to be whatever log base 3 of 11 is plus 6. So you could leave this answer like this if you wanted to, or in your calculator, if I want to figure out what the log is, you're going to hit math, and then you're going to scroll all the way down till you get to the letter A, which says log base. And then we're going to say log base 3 of 11. And that's the value, and then we're going to add 6 to that. So you could either do it all in one line, or after that I can just add 6. So then I get that x equals 8.18. So these are the two answers that we can have for this problem. All right. So for number 2, again, the same thing. We want to isolate that exponent part. So all of this we need by itself. So then I want to divide by 30 to get rid of that 30 in the front. So if I do 120 divided by 30, I get 4. So I have 4 equals 1 plus 0.05 to the 3x plus 2. 1 plus 1.05 is pretty easy to combine. I don't need to keep those separate. Sometimes we keep them separate because there's too many decimals to carry, especially when we're doing something like compound interest. But in this case, I know that that is just 1.05. So now, if I rewrite that in log form, I get log of base 1.05 of 4 equals 3x plus 2. And again, our goal is to solve for x. So you could start typing this into your calculator and figure out what that number is. And then remember, to get x by itself, I'm going to have to subtract 2 from both sides. I can't combine a log with a number, so it would just be a minus 2 on the outside like that. Whatever I get when I solve this log minus 2, we can't combine those together. It's not a regular number that we could combine. And then if I divide by 3, right, x equals log of 1.05 of 4 minus 2 divided by 3 will give me that answer for x. So again, if you wanted to leave it in exact form, it's going to look like this. But we can always plug it into our calculator as well to get the rounded or the estimated form. So again, I'm going to hit, and I'm going to put this in parentheses so I could do it all in one line. But if I hit the math button and scroll down to log base, I want log base 1.05 of 4. And then I'm going to, after I finish that log, I'm going to subtract 2 and then divide by 3. So then I get 8.8 as my answer. You could also do it in pieces, right? I could do log base 1.05 of 4, and then I could subtract 2, and then I could divide by 3. I get the same answer regardless of kind of the process you type it into your calculator. But you want to make sure, right, we're not combining anything along the way. This log is a decimal answer, right? It's 28.41. So I can't just subtract 2 from it. It doesn't work that way. This is a value, and then I'd subtract 2. All right, you can go ahead and try 3, 4, and 5, and then check those answers with the answers posted on Schoology.